Hey yo, what's good? It's your boy Mixtape Moth, and today I'm gonna hit y'all with a review of the Don Trip album entitled Pray God's Not Watching. Let's get to it. Alright, so Don Trip is an underrated and underappreciated rapper coming out of Memphis, Tennessee, who has been putting it down since the 2010s. He's easily one of the most lyrical rappers to come out of Memphis in recent memory. Don Trip is largely known for his collaborative Step Brothers albums with fellow Tennessean Starlito, who hails from Nashville. The two are considered to be a very slept-on Southern duo. So this new project, Pray God's Not Watching, is Don Trip's first release since his prolific 2019, in which he dropped 3 albums, and my favorite from that batch being Don't Feed the Gorillas, that had the single Keep Counting with Juicy J, and the very introspective Not Today. So if you aren't up on Don Trip, do yourself a favor and check out those 2 songs. But Pray God's Not Watching contains 12 songs that last approximately 39 minutes. The only features are Piff, his deceased brother, and Starlito. Now, as far as the production, Don Trip enlisted Bandplay, Big G, Shroom, Wavy 808, DT the Kid, and Chefry Kitchen. But with that being said, let me go ahead and just hit y'all with this track by track breakdown. The opening track, Pray God's Not Watching, has a pensive and plucking trap instrumental that's pretty epic sounding overall when compared to some of the other instrumentals. Here he's supplying us with some pain-filled bars. He reflects on his brother Piff's passing with the following lines. Clientele tapping on the window and me and Piff was serving through the screen. Missing Piff, I hoped it was a dream. I woke up and you still gone. They say time heals all. They never told me how long. It's deep, dark, and heartfelt, and it shows that Don Trip hasn't entirely healed from his brother's death, which is understandable. Track 2, Sweat, is a moody keyboard banger produced by Big G. On this record, Don Trip gets a little motivational. Despite dealing with the setbacks, he vows to never let him see him sweat. Altogether, it's a solid track. Right after is Harm's Way featuring Piff. Now this has more of that traditional Dirty South flavored production that's a bit twangy and mellower. For this one, Don Trip and his brother talk about keeping the people out of harm's way and not owing the streets a damn thing. Don Trip is putting the whole street game into perspective and giving us some mature OG-like wisdom. But he also drops some clever braggadocio, like, know how bad they want me to stop. I never give them the satisfaction. I never wear your designer, but I'm still fresh to death like a glass casket. All in all, it's one of the standouts from the project. The heat gets turned up a notch for the following track, I Wish, produced by Bandplay, who is one of the hottest producers on the Memphis scene currently. Here he provides Don Trip with a quintessential Memphis trap beat. This one is good for the gym or for pulling up to whatever your destination might be. What follows is In the Morning. It's a sexually charged ballad set to a mellow guitar riff, but there's a nice bounce to the beat. On this one, Don Trip has some raunchy lines that are quite clever. It's clear that this one was most likely designed to appeal to a female audience. It's not bad, but I don't have this as a highlight. And for some reason, I could have pictured J. Cole and 2 Chainz on it though. Immediately following is Mascot, which is a hard-hitting trap banger produced by Wavy 808. The strings and booming 808s make this one of the stronger instrumentals. Don Trip has several witty lines that stood out to me, like, got away with words, but I ain't never made a statement. They tried to extort me, but I ain't never made a single payment, and blow your brains, now I see your imagination. Altogether, it's an in-your-face banger that you can't go wrong with. Track 7 is the standout Bill Season, featuring his partner in rhyme, Starlito. The two work their magic over a slower building trap beat that sounds a little 2010-esque. This record is a dedication to the grind. It's about bossing up and handling their business as men and fathers to keep the bills paid. Starlito gives us some grown man mature bars like, thought about an Audemars, could have bought it but I didn't. I would have rather spend that money on my daughter's tuition. Overall, it's a dope record that displays their continued chemistry on wax. Track 8, Donuts for Dads, has a fun and unique keyboard and synth beat. On this track, Don Trip talks about being a superhero for his kids. Despite any baby mom issues, he is committed to not being a deadbeat. As he states, I got enough kids to start a group home, but I love my baby, so don't get it twisted. Me, a deadbeat dad, let's be realistic. I need my children like I need my kidneys. The following song, Talk to Me, has the ingredients that make up your standard banger. The Spanish guitar, a ghostly vocal harmony, the piano, 808s, and the arpeggiated hi-hats. The content is centered on making money and trusting few. Now, I don't have this as a favorite, but if it came on, I wouldn't skip it, although I did dig the forceful nature to the instrumental. Track 10 is no gimmicks. The synthesizers give the beat somewhat of a G-funk quality. And for this record, Don Trip talks about being focused solely on the paper and not the theatrics and the clout chasing that so many unfortunately do today. He also did a little storytelling on the following bars. Heard the judge gave him 30 for all the pistols and pills. Little homie went in and hung himself. He couldn't live with the years. Ma had a heart attack. She couldn't deal with the loss. She had to bury her baby. I couldn't imagine the thought. The second to last track is You and You. It's another standard banger where he's addressing the critics and giving the middle finger to all their opinions. I don't have this one as a highlight, but it's decent for the car or the gym. Then the album wraps up with Ricky Clemens Jr. It's a sincere commemorative record for his brother Piff. This has a soulful and atmospheric beat from wavy 808 that is fitting for the somber mood. Don Trip emotionally raps, we never seen eye to eye, still got each other's back, and I trade every dollar that I had to have you back. If you ever lost a loved one, you are going to be able to relate to his pain. Overall, I give this album a rating of 3.5 mics. I feel it's a dope project that shows Don Trip's myriad of skills as a rapper. Not only does he have the commanding voice and great flow that can adapt to a wide variety of beats, but he's able to mix humor, street content, and introspection into his tracks so well. So on the lyrical front, he continued to kill it. My only issue was with some of the production, which sounded a bit cheap in some spots. The hi-hats, for instance, sounded pretty much the same on a lot of the track. Don't get it twisted, there were some instrumentals that I liked, but as a whole, the production I felt was mostly serviceable. And this has been a problem that I've had with a few of his projects, but I felt it was even more apparent on this album. That being said, because Don Trip is who he is, and given his skill set, he was able to make the most out of some of the more generic instrumentals. My favorite tracks include Pray God's Not Watching, Harm's Way, I Wish, Mascot, Bill Season, and Donuts for Dads. Let me know what y'all thought about this album in the comment section. It's your boy Mixtape Moth. I'm signing out, but be sure to hit that like button and please subscribe. As always, it's peace and blessings. Don't trip. Pray God's not watching. One.